A family at the dinner table. The son asks his father, "Dad, how many kind of boobs are there?" The father, surprised, answers, "Well, son, a woman goes through 3 phases. In her 20s, a woman's breasts are like melons, round and firm. In her 30s and 40s, they are all like pears, still nice, hanging a bit. After 50, they are like onions." "Onions?" the son asked. "Yes, you see them and you start to cry." This infuriated his wife and daughter. The daughter asked the mom, "Mom, how many different kinds of willies are there?" The mother smiles and says, "Well, dear, a man goes through 3 phases also. In the 20s, his willy is like an oak tree, mighty at heart. In his 30s and 40s, it's like a birch, flexible but reliable. After his 50s, it's like a Christmas tree." "A Christmas tree?" the daughter asked. "Yes, it's dead from the root up, and the balls are just for decoration." 3 guys are drinking in the bar when a drunk comes in, staggers up the counter and points at the guy in the middle, shouting, "Your mom's the best sex in town." Everyone expects a fight, but the guy ignores him, so the drunk wanders off. 10 minutes later, the drunk comes back, points at the same guy and says, "I just did your mom and it was sweet." Again, the guy refuses to take the bait, and the drunk goes back at the far end of the bar. 10 minutes later, he comes back and announces, "Your mom liked it." Finally, the guy interrupts, "Go home, Dad. You're drunk."
Today on the drive, I decided to go visit my childhood home. I asked the people living there if I could come inside because I was feeling nostalgic. But they refused and slammed the door in my face. My parents are the worst.
A little girl and a boy are fighting about the differences between the sexes, and which one is the better. Finally, the boy drops his pants and says, "Here's something I have that you will never have." The little girl is pretty upset about this, since it is clearly true, and runs home crying. A while later, she comes running back with a smile on her face. She drops her pants and says, "My mommy says that with one of these, I can have as many of those as I want." "My daughter wants a new pet spider for her birthday. So I went to the pet store and the owner said, 'That will be $200, please.' I said, $200? It would be cheaper to get one of the web."
My senior relatives like to tease me at weddings, saying things like, "You will be next." They stopped once I started doing the same to them at funerals. At school, little Johnny's classmate tells him that most adults are hiding at least one dark secret. So it's very easy to blackmail them by saying, "I know the truth." Little Johnny decides to go home and tries it out. Johnny's mother greets him at home and he tells her, "I know the truth." His mother quickly hands him $20 and says, "Just don't tell your father." Quite pleased, the boy waits for his father to get home from work and greets him with, "I know the truth." The father promptly hands him $40 and says, "Please don't say a word to your mother." Very pleased, the boy is on his way to school the next day when he sees the mailman at the front door. The boy greets him by saying, "I know the truth." The mailman immediately drops the mail, opens his arms and says, "Then come give your daddy a big hug."
My wife told me yesterday that she wants another baby. That was such a relief. I also don't really like the first one. My mom died when we couldn't remember her blood type. As she died, she kept telling us to be positive. But it's hard without her. The son asks, "Dad, did you get the result of the DNA test back?" The dad answers, "Call me George."